to that 3-1 win yesterday. And first up is We Are Tottenham TV saying, how did we allow Saltness to get a shot off from here?
Yeah, just look at that picture. This is so frustrating. He's able from this position with Romero to his left, Bentancur to his right, and Basuma behind him. Like, he barely has control of the ball here. I think Romero should probably, at this point, nick the ball in. I think he's too concentrated, the guy on the left, that guy running in. But I don't know how we've allowed him to turn and get the shot off and score a goal from that position there where he's not even in a position to shoot there. He needs to get it onto his right and then shoot. I mean, how have we allowed that to happen? It's really frustrating.
It's ridiculous, man. You're 80, and look at the timing of the game as well. 82nd minute, 3-0 up, home and hosed, and you just give them that kind of way back into the game.
3 men around him. One of you has got to put a challenge in there. I know it's in the box. You don't want to give away a pen, but one of them has got to make a challenge in that position. It's ridiculous.
Really frustrating. But that's that. Moving on, Dele Alli, quote, retweeting us yesterday.
Come on.
Big up to Dele. So obviously we walked into the stadium yesterday, and as you can see there, everyone is just packed there on there, just by the atrium. And everyone is singing at the top of their lungs the Dele Alli song. And it was going on for a good 10-15 minutes non-stop.
We didn't even, that wasn't even most of it.
Madness, absolute madness. So we tweeted that out yesterday, and Dele retweeted it with a couple of hearts and crying face, emotional.
Warms my heart that he was able to see that and feels the appreciation and feels the love, because we still remember you, Dele. We still miss you. We still sing about you. It's funny, there's a moment in that video I think I go to, why are we singing about Dele Alli? And you go, because he's effing class. So
no true words said. No true words
Dele.
said.
But do you think, why did that song get going? Just because that was the song when our last European semi? Is that why it was a thing in this particular game?
In big moments, fans like to reminisce. They like to sing about the great players that we've had at the club. I remember last time we got to a semi-final, all the songs were coming out, Rafa van der Vaart and all this.
Yeah, but this was like a proper 10-minute version of just Dele.
I think it just got going, and then
no one wanted to stop.
No one wanted to stop.
Yeah, fair. But yeah, I'm just delighted Dele saw it, and it seems as though he enjoyed that. So
big up to Dele Alli.
Big up to Dele Alli replying to us.
Bobby Stewart just saying, "Come on, you Spurs."
This was the drummer. There was a drummer there.
Yeah,
the drummer in the concourse
sits behind us. Yeah,
and there he is making a beat and getting the fans. So I'm guessing he's from Spurs song sheet.
Yeah, he's the guy that sits further up in the same block as us.
Yeah. So credit to him. He really got everyone going. You could see there. It was really getting everyone going.
Ayudi saying Radu wanted to high-five Pape, but Pape didn't notice him, so Sonny shook his hand to save him from feeling awkward and embarrassed.
You can see he sticks his hand out and Pape just doesn't see it. Sonny's like, hey, you can have the high-five from me. Big up. That's captain material right there. Exactly. Making sure no one's left out.
Exactly.
Big up to Sonny.
Mari says, crumbs for my duo Dekison.
Yeah, a little hug. Was that well, it can't be after the game.
Sonny was full passion mode on the sidelines yesterday, wasn't he?
It was fun. Oh yeah, him, which is nice for him too, because I think in the last few games he hasn't been on the sidelines, but obviously for the big one he was there supporting the team. Yeah, he's got to be there. Hopefully he's makes it back in time for Thursday.
I haven't seen Sonny this happy in a long time. Mari7 saying this is the happiness we want to see on his face, and absolutely right. Just look at that smile.
Yeah,
lit up the whole stadium last night.
Yeah. And a lovely leather jacket. What do you think, Sonny, about Sonny in a leather jacket?
Stylish leather jacket, Sonny. Come on. Daily Hotspur says Sonny celebrates the third goal. Look at it. Look how invested he is in that game.
Yeah, come on. He knows it's a massive moment. It reminds me of scenes when Kane was. Well, he wasn't quite on the touchline, but Kane in the semi-final against Ajax, he was celebrating
from home.
No, he was watching on the touchline, wasn't he?
What, in Ajax?
Yeah, in Amsterdam,
oh, yeah. Right,
with Sanchez. I think he was sitting next to Sanchez, someone. And he was obviously one of the leaders at the time, and he knew, he'd imagine being one of the main players in the team, but you're relying on watching the team to get you to a massive final like that. It must be hard, but yeah, you can see he was invested. I think Ronaldo did it, didn't he, in the Euros when he got injured early on?
He started being the manager.
Son didn't quite get to that level, Sonny, but.
HQ saying Son Heung-Min #UEL. So some more pictures of Sonny on the sidelines. Lovely to see him So smiling.
I think even TNT did a Sonny cam yesterday.
did
Yeah. Everyone was invested on Sonny on the touchline.
Next one is one that we've already seen already. Look at the difference between. Scroll down. Look at this. This is our Tifo last night.
That is what you call a Tifo.
That is what
That is a Tifo with a capital T.
Yeah. And this is Arsenal's one for a Champions League semi-final. Bear in mind, a shower curtain coming down from the top of the stand. What the hell is that? Seriously, what the hell is that? That is the most embarrassing Tifo I've ever seen in my life. And first of all, it was flat for the majority of the game in that stadium. Tottenham showed the world how to do atmosphere last night. That is how you do atmosphere. And yeah, look, it's not been great atmosphere at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for the most part of the season. But I haven't seen a better atmosphere all season.
Can you just go back to the Tottenham picture as well, the Tifo? It's just a great picture, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that. It's got the flags there. You got the Tifo in the background. You got the cockerel right at the top there. So whoever took that picture, fair play. That is a stunning picture.
It was just such a great night in terms of atmosphere last night. I wish I could just do it all over again.
I know.
That's our last Europa League game at the stadium.
Hopefully for the final. Well, it won't be like that, but it'll be 2 tense, won't it, for the final if we get there?
Yeah, but just like pretty much, what was it, 60,000 people, all the same cause, all as up for it as everyone. Everyone was getting to the ground so early yesterday. Everyone was tanked up on the beers as well. It just caused for an unbelievable night in terms of atmosphere.
We'll have to, if we do a mass watch along for on Thursday, we'll have to do a mini Tifo.
No shower curtain.
No shower curtain.
But you gotta say that we definitely showed them lot down the road how to do a semi-final.
100%.
Because I don't think they know how to do it. They were just shambolic, to be honest, the Arsenal fans in the semi-final of the Champions League.
Yeah, and I'm just so proud of everyone rallying together yesterday and just everyone being on the same page. No one will even, doesn't matter how angry you are, even the most leave out people, they were all on the same page yesterday.
Yeah. Nice one. Sonny says, our captain's reaction to all 3 goals. Some more Sonny cam for you guys.
Don't move around too much, Sonny. Rest that foot. We need you fit for Thursday. But look at that. He's running around. He's basically on the pitch. Love that. Is Dragoshin not on the crutch? Oh, he's not been on the crutches for a while, has he, Dragoshin?
Is he not?
I think so. I think that we've seen him I've seen him in the gym. There are videos of him in the gym. Nice. Love that from Sonny.
Next up, this is a sad picture, man. Lucas Bergvall on crutches with a protective boot on. I mean, you just can't have it all your way as a Spurs fan, can you? It's just like Bergvall out to the season. It's just such a massive blow.
Yeah, and apparently Anton was just an innocuous, like it wasn't a challenge. He just fell on his ankle, and just that was it. Like just something innocuous. And all of a sudden, he's out for a while and out for the season. So I'm gutted for him because he was our most informed midfielder and he was in great form. And I had to do without him yesterday. But yeah, such a shame with the momentum he had been building, and that's what happened.
Yeah. This next one is from Yido Gus, and it just says Brennan.
So this was a couple moments in the game. This was where Doggy gets to the byline, should have pulled it back. Brennan's kind of ready and waiting, but this is where he goes for the shot instead of Brennan's in that zone where he likes to score goals. And then the other one was Decky in the last minute. He's got his back to goal. Brennan again in that position, ready to score, and he just doesn't pick him out. He tries to shoot. And I think, first of all, 2 big moments, but also just shows how often Brennan's just constantly in the right position, doesn't it?
True. And we always say, like, no matter what you think of Brennan, his positional play in the box is just elite, isn't it?
Yeah, and he could have had a hat-trick if he gets picked out in those 2 moments.
Tottenham Hotspur tweeted out this picture of Maddison yesterday, and I absolutely love this picture.
That's phenomenal.
Brilliant stuff. It's just after he scored the goal. And yeah, he seemed quite emotional last night, Madders.
Yeah, and I think it's obviously a big moment for him as well. Obviously, he's never won a trophy this big. Obviously, he's won the FA Cup, but a major European trophy.
A lot of our squad, that's for sure.
But a major European trophy, that would be massive for him. And I'm sure, like he feels it. He feels something special brewing. Hopefully.
Jesse Owasup says that the stadium has so much potential, man. We need more of these big nights.
100%.
And when you experience nights like that at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium,
and it's so loud.
That, the Arsenal game, the Ajax game, it just makes you think, like, why can't we be better more regularly? Like, it just lifts the whole team, doesn't it?
100%. And Deki said after the game in his interview, I wish the atmosphere was like that every game. And so do I. Unfortunately, we've just been beaten. And look, that's no excuse for fans. Like, they should be like that every game. But I feel like it's just a cultural thing in terms of us, in terms of fans in the Premier League in England. Like, where we don't have this culture of, like in Europe, where it's just constant all game, you know, we're supporting the team. It's like we're very much, if the team's playing well a lot of the time, then we back it.
It used to be like that. That's gone. It's gone out of the game in England now.
In England. I'm saying in Europe it's still there.
Yeah, of course.
And we need to somehow bring it back.
Yeah,
I don't know how you do that. It goes against the demographic of fans and all that kind of stuff.
The only way you do that is to make football in England about the fans again, and it's just not that. When you're look at Germany do it completely right, and they got fans that support the team, win, lose or draw till the end.
In terms of that kind of atmosphere of flags and stuff, is it right that's kept for just big occasions?
I think so. You want it to feel special on big nights, and I think the club did a really good job of doing that yesterday.
Yeah, fair enough.
Jamie Catherwood says, lol, at 0.11, this is in the Dele Alli video. Why are you singing for Dele? Because he's class.
Yeah, no, someone picking up on it. That was fantastic. That was a really great moment. So, yeah, it was all good. Very good.
Ben Bowman says, nah, that fully killed me when the camera was panned to expressions for like a full minute. And they showed it on the big screens. Everyone was just bouncing around him.
Yeah,
I think it was more than a minute.
That was surreal. Like, it was, I think maybe Maddison was getting treatment or something, or Solanke, and they just panned to expressions on the big screen for a full 2 minutes. Yeah, it was like they picked him out, and everyone just bouncing and having an unbelievable time around him. But I'm just watching. It's like they panned to a club legend or something, like watching again one of the former players or something. But his expressions are unbelievable, and it was fun. It was so funny watching him on. He was really playing up to it as well. Yeah. Big up to X.
And Mari says his happiness is contagious, super aura. It's so true, isn't it? It's so true. When you see Sonny smile, you can't but help but smile.
He brings a smile to your face. Look at that. You do anything to get that smile on his face.
Tadic says Dominic Solanke, another one of his anime celebrations yesterday.
Yeah, which I couldn't tell you what that is, but something.
But I'm sure you anime fans in the comment section can let us know what that is.
Go on, chat. You can tell us, chat.
Spurs pictures that go hard. This is Madders and Brennan's celebrating in front of the Bodo away end yesterday.
Sorry, where am I? Yeah, fantastic. And within a minute, they still seem to be smiling, some of these Bodo fans. They're just happy to be there, are they? But yeah, what a start to the game that was. Unbelievable.
Squawker giving us some game by numbers. Rodrigo Bentancur, most touches, 62. Most duels won, 11 out of 12. Most tackles, which was 5. And most aerial duels won, 4 out of 4. While only Destiny Adoghi, 10. One possession more times than the Uruguayan. His aerial duels, man, it's been so strong. Even his ground duels as well. But he's been in this Europa League run, particularly from the quarterfinals and now the semi-finals. He's just been on point, hasn't he?
Yeah, and he scored a few headers, isn't he, this season? He's definitely a big element to his game this season, I feel. Even
if he's not scoring them, he's always winning them. You know what I mean? He's been so unlucky not to put the ball in the back of the net from some of his headers.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and it was a great game from him, and that's him. And these are the levels we want to see from him. This is how he was playing before. It's brilliant.
Yeah. And Brennan Johnson has scored the fastest ever Europa League semi-final goal. 39 seconds on the clock.
And at that moment, you're thinking it's just going to be plain sailing. And it kind of was for a long time. But yeah, to score that early was just, the whole place just was lifted the roof off the place.
It was already erupting even before the goal went in. And it just sent it into overdrive, didn't it?
100%.
Football on TNT says Tottenham are now unbeaten in their last 20 home matches across European competition, including qualifiers. It's the longest ongoing home run of any English team who has featured in Europe this season.
So, who was our last loss at Ajax? Was that our last loss at home in Europe?
That must have been. Who else? We
haven't played 20. That must have been 20, yeah. Because the season after... Oh, no, Leipzig. We lost to Leipzig at home, didn't we?
Oh, that was after, yeah.
Lost to Leipzig.
Leipzig must be the last one.
Yeah, it must be Leipzig. Because I don't think, under Conte, I don't think we lost any of those home games. I don't think we lost any in the... Well, technically, we lost to Rennes in the Conference League. We never actually played the game.
Yeah, but I think they're talking about actually
playing
a game, playing a game.
Well, on the records, it says 3-0 to Rennes.
True. It was a forfeit.
It was a forfeit. Oh, yeah. So it must be the Leipzig game. I can't think off the top of my head.
Spurs Web says, Sonny enjoying this. So some more Sonny cam going on there. Next up is James Maddison's club career. 170 goals and assists, 94 goals, 76 assists. It's quite something.
Fantastic. It's incredible. I think this season, he's now, on 18 goals and assists in all comps, I think. Maddison. I think he's getting... no, he's over 20, isn't he, in all comps? But in the Premier League, I think maybe it's 17. 9 goals, 7 assists, 3 goals, 3 assists in the Prem. So he's on... I can't see you in all comps. Anyway, he's. I think his goals and assists to minutes ratio is really strong this season. Like, much better than it was previously. It's a fair play to him. I think he's been overhated, Maddison, I feel, like this season. A lot of people... I know there are some games he goes missing, but I think people don't give him credit for a lot of the stuff he does, I feel.
Yeah, let's hope that he's okay for the second leg, because we're going to really need him. Really need him. Next up, we've got Tottenham away days. The Tottenham display at home to Bodo Glimt tonight, and yeah, we've seen it. We've all seen it a million times. But let's have one more look at it. That Tifo last night,
yeah,
brilliant
phenomenal.
stuff.
Yeah, it was so great being in there and seeing it on the big screen as well. That's the only shame about being in a Tifo, is you don't get to see it kind of in the ground.
Yeah, I kind of was half... I had a thought last night, kind of like a half thought before going game. Obviously, when we got to the game, it just went out of my mind. I didn't go for it. But I was actually thinking, should I go over to the north stand just for when the Tifo is being lifted, just to get a bit of nice footage of that?
Oh, a lot of running.
But nah,
that would have been a nice idea.
Yeah, but I think I just completely forgot about that by the time I walked into the stadium.
Who's going to hold up your bag? I'm going to have to hold up too.
Yeah, it would have been deeply missed. Next up is from Lily White Lab, saying, mad these two were written off. We still have 2 excellent fullbacks here. Porro, passing was flawless. When the team sits back in the mid-block and don't put enough pressure on the ball, it's a cheat code having someone who can play such measured clips over the top. It's not easy because the space between the backline and the keeper is so minimal. He was also excellent in combining in deeper areas to get us out of high pressure. A doggy, so aggressive and eager to win the ball high up the pitch, caused so many positive transitions. His physicality is incredible, and has real engine up and down that flank, can absorb any contact and doesn't phase in one bit. Very good combiner too. If these two have enough freshness in their legs, they're 2 top fullbacks. And I completely agree with that, to be fair.
Yeah, and I massively agree with that. And I think at times, because of the form we've been in, and they've had some patchy form as well themselves, people forget what quality we have in those 2 players. And when they're at their best, that they have been recently, especially in the Europa League, it's a timely reminder of how good they are. These are 2 unbelievable fullbacks, and I think we're lucky to have them, to be honest.
Tottenham tweeting out, Sonny is all of us right now, and he definitely was.
Well, I want to see it, because this was tweeted out at half time, so that makes a lot more sense. Maybe instead of being tweeted out 3-1, but yeah, great picture there from Son. Oh, we've lost it. There you go. Oh no, down. There you go.
That one. Brilliant. Coral saying Tottenham really put Arsenal's Tifo to shame.
Come on, people are starting to recognise the quality. This is what a real North London club should be doing.
The thing is with Arsenal, they did this crowdfunder. They raised 10 grand to do a Tifo. They were doing a Mikasa thing with Arteta and a couple of players that was actually going to look quite daunting. But then the club rejected it after raising all that money, and ended up putting that
with
up
that,
there.
which was just shocking. Just honestly, so bad.
And I think that's it.
Yep.
I think that is it. So that is how the internet did react to the game last